Hey, welcome. So, we all know that staying active is like one of the best things we can do for our health, especially as we get older. But let's be real, knowing you should do something and actually doing it, totally different things. But what if the secret to getting up and moving wasn't just about willpower? What if it was about the street you live on? Turns out, your address might have a lot more to do with your health than you'd ever guess. First off, let's just get a sense of how big this issue is. According to the World Health Organization, a whopping 27.5% of older adults around the globe just aren't getting the physical activity they need. And that's not just a personal problem, it's a massive public health challenge tied to all sorts of chronic diseases. So, you might think, okay, easy fix. Let's just build more parks and put in more sidewalks. And yeah, of course, those things help. But what the research is starting to show is that there's something much, much deeper going on here. It's this incredible psychological link between our environment and our actual motivation to get moving. To really get this, we have to look at being inactive as a huge, complex puzzle that scientists are trying to solve. You see, it isn't just about having a gym nearby. It's about figuring out what really, truly drives us to get up off the couch and use it. Let's zoom in on a recent study to see what I mean. Researchers looked at over 900 older adults in Chengdu, China, and what they found was that over half of them, yep, more than 55%, were in the low or moderate activity groups. This just goes to show you, this global challenge is very, very real, right down to the community level. Okay, so the researchers started with the most obvious idea, right? The direct connection between where we live and how much we move. I mean, it just makes sense, doesn't it? If your neighborhood is pleasant and safe, you're probably going to be more active. And yep, the data totally backs this up. The study found a clear positive link. When a neighborhood is walkable, has fitness facilities you can actually get to, feels safe, and has nice green spaces, the older folks living there are way more active. But this is where the story gets really good. You see, the researchers knew there had to be a kind of missing link. A nice park doesn't just magically pull you outside. It has to work through your own mind, through your psychology. They figured there had to be a bridge between the street you live on and the actions you take. And the first part of that bridge is something called self-efficacy. Now, this isn't about how fit you actually are, it's all about your belief in your ability. It's that little voice in your head that says, yeah, I can do this. I can totally walk to the store and back. You can think of it as your own personal I can do it meter. The second part of the bridge is what's called outcome expectations. This is all about believing that what you're doing is actually going to pay off. It's that it's worth it feeling. So it's not just knowing that walking is good for you in some abstract way. It's about truly believing that this specific walk is going to make you feel fantastic. So let's put it all together. Self-efficacy is your belief that you are capable of walking that mile. Outcome expectations are your belief that walking that mile is going to be worth it and make you feel great. You see? You really need both of these things to fire on all cylinders for that motivation to kick in. Okay, so here's the real kicker. These two beliefs don't just exist next to each other. The study found something amazing. They work in a sequence, like a chain reaction. It's a reaction that starts with the world outside your door and ends with you actually lacing up your walking shoes. Let's see how that chain gets built. This is it. This is the big discovery. The researchers call it a chain mediation effect. But honestly, just think of it like a set of dominoes. A good neighborhood, with its safe sidewalks and nice parks, knocks over that first domino. It makes you feel capable. It boosts your self-efficacy. That feeling of I can do this then makes you believe in the positive results, your outcome expectations. And that 1-2 punch is what finally gets you out the door. And look, this wasn't just some neat idea. The numbers were crystal clear. The study found strong positive links at every single step of this chain. A better neighborhood leads to higher self-efficacy, which leads to better outcome expectations, which, you guessed it, leads to more physical activity. It's a complete psychological pathway. So, what does this all mean? Why does this matter so much? Well, because it gives us a brand new blueprint for building healthier communities. It's not just about pouring concrete for sidewalks. It's about consciously designing our spaces to build motivation from the ground up. So you can break it down into real-world actions. If you're a city planner, it means you realize that a well-lit path isn't just a path, it's a confidence builder. If you manage a community center, group walks aren't just for socializing. They build that I can do it feeling.
And for every single one of us, it's a huge reminder to pay attention to how our surroundings make us feel and to actively seek out the places and people that make us feel powerful.
In the end, I think the study's authors put it perfectly. The whole point is to create places where being active becomes the natural choice rather than a deliberate effort. It's about making a healthy lifestyle the easy, automatic thing to do.
So, as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with a question. Just think about it for a second. What's the one thing in your own neighborhood that makes you want to get moving? Is it a beautiful park, a friendly neighbor you always see on their walk, maybe a perfectly maintained trail? Whatever it is, that feeling it gives you is way more powerful than you might think. Thanks for tuning in.